that battle they had, these Branham boys thought they owned the world. Nice looking men and drove nice, big horses and drank a lot. And they had a little old man named Frank Phillips, was the sheriff of the coal company, had him in there. And I can remember seeing them, they drove around behind our house, them horses, and then they'd come back up and drive down again and go down behind somebody else's house. They was mean.
Oh, were you 5, 6 years old at this time?
No, I was about 12,
12?
when that happened.
Okay.
And, but I can remember just like it was yesterday. And them riding those horses and hollering and hooping and throwing their guns up in there and shooting. And that Frank Phillips, he was going to arrest him. And he was just a little man about the size of Ellis. And when they seen him coming, they shot him dead.
Right there in the road?
Yeah. The streets wasn't paved, it just a big old muddy road. And they shot him dead just as he crossed over where he lived, over into, they had sidewalks to walk on with under wagons.
What came of it?
They took him to jail, but I don't know if they was ever prosecuted or not. But that little feller was pretty feisty, you know. And but he had to do something, you know. He was hired there to keep law and order, and he tried it. He died. They was some kin to Turner Branham. Now, you don't know Turner Branham, but he was a big dog up on Greasy, up on the holler where Mom and Poppy lived. And he's big. He wasn't afraid of nothing. He thought he had a whole lot of fights, and he was sheriff a long time too. I mean, a deputy. And he killed somebody on Caney. He come from Greasy Creek over there at Caney. He was related to General Branham, Lars Branham's daddy. And he was coming across down Caney, and they was having a big battle, having a feud, or something, craziness, I guess, what you call it. But General and Rachel was going up Caney, and Turner was coming down Caney. And this man that got shot was in the middle. And said Rachel, said, General, there he comes, there he comes. Get him, General. And General shot the man. And Turner was connected in it some way, I don't know exactly how, but it was awful. Now, Mommy was scared to death, and she had us children scared to death, rightfully so, but it was dangerous to leave the horses running up down Greasy Creek just like cars over here on the road now. And almost everybody that had a horse was drunk. And they didn't care. They just seemed to run over a child on the road to eat. They didn't care. And it's hard to believe and hard to say that you'd have relatives that could be so cruel and didn't care to kill somebody. No. And Poppy got out of work and went to a place in Floyd County called Alpharetta and got a job. And
what was it called?
Alpharetta.
I've heard it.
Yeah,
I've heard the name before.
every once in a while you see the name of it in the paper.
I've heard the name before.
And so Turner, he got drunk one night, and we had this little coal stove in the middle of the floor. And I guess it was winter time, maybe about this time of night. We heard somebody holler out, it'd be Yahoo or something, and shoot a gun. A gunshot right in front of our house. Well, he got off his horse and come in the house. And we was sitting, Molly was telling us some stories. We were sitting there talking, waiting for bedtime. And he come in, he didn't knock on the door or nothing, he just come in with that gun in his hand and sat down. Well, he set his gun down between his legs just like that, patting his feet. And he reached over and got a hold of Ellis and pulled Ellis up in front of him. And gosh, he taught me that he's going to kill us and everything, but he didn't. He didn't fire the gun. But he said, you say one thing, you open your mouth, and this little son of yours is going to get it. Well, you know, that scared Mommy that much more, and we were one crying and everything. He made us so shut up. But he finally left. I don't know how come, I don't remember why he left without hurting somebody. So Mommy wrote Poppy a letter to Alfred the next day and told him to come home. And he did. He caught the train, come to Greasy Creek. Them was devilish times.
Hmm. Sounds like it. Y'all not uncivilized. Just about savage.
Yeah, it was worse than savage, if it could be worse. It was terrible. And you lived among them uncivilized people. People would have houses to live in, but they wouldn't have no floor. They just had dirt floors. And when they dig the potatoes and gather the corn, they'd just pile it up in the corner. And they wouldn't put it in boxes or nothing. And this old man died, Hopkins man. And the day of the funeral, Mommy took us children and went down there, and corn and potatoes and the floor. And his coffin was sitting there.
Middle of his house.
Yeah. All surrounded by all the chickens and pigs running through. And true now, it's true. And they was Hopkins. I can't think of. There wasn't Little Creek Hopkins. It was a
Different set.
different set.
Did you go to school up Greasy Creek, Eddie?
Yeah, I went to school at Greasy Creek, and I guess I went up there 2 or 3 years. We lived in the house, just our garden, as I said, was between it. And Fred Coleman was the teacher part of the time. And
He related? Or
Huh?
was he related to you all?
He was Poppy's first cousin. And no, man Brown, what was his name? Jerome Brown was the teacher there. And he was a good teacher. I went to two schools that had a teacher named Jerome Dameron, and one named Jerome Brown. But Jerome Brown got struck on one of his students. She was Hamlin.
Hamlin?
Hamlin,
Not Hamilton?
not Hamilton. Hamlin, Hamlin. And she was about 16, he was about 40. And anyhow, they got married. But the funniest thing about it, though, we had on Friday evenings, he let us have some little entertainment. And this Friday was, he'd write a city, and, where are you going?
I'm starving.
Well, I didn't cook
Looking
that.
for a
You think you're falling away
No,
now?
I ain't got no money.
Shut up, Brian. No fatter than you are.
And, he wrote Enid. That was his girlfriend's name. He wrote it on the board. He said, who's going to answer this? I said, Enid. He wrote Oklahoma and said, name a city in Oklahoma.
Oh.
I said, Enid. Everybody laughed. I felt like I was worth about 2 cents. This is what's
Oh, you were right, though. There's Enid, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know that. We'd studied it, you know, too long ago. He made me quit laughing. He said,
What time they all get young?
between 3:30 and 4. And
See you later.
he and Tracy rode with Faye and maybe Robin too. And
Tom
Lee,
take his truck?
yeah, he took his drugs to his car. He said he didn't want to have no trouble on the road.
Should they be
And
See you later.
another Friday evening was having some kind of little
I'm taking Todd's coat now.
yeah, okay. and they was telling little jokes, and Enid Hamlin, the one that married Jerome, and Maxie was doing a little sketch of some kind. And Maxie said, my boyfriend gives me everything. He's, you know, told her. And how did she say it? He got her a ring and a bracelet and all that stuff. Anyhow, they got to talking about babies. He said something about a baby, and said he got me, even got me, she said, a baby. It turned out funnier than that, but it was
Yeah.
silly. I thought it was silly for school. Well, I didn't think it at that time, because, but as I got older, I understood he was being cute. He was a good teacher, though.
Well, we went to school at Sugar Camp, Grease Creek, JB. Started off first at Sugar Camp, and then
Started
went.
off Sugar Cane. Went to school up there until I was in about 4th grade, I guess.
About 7, 8 years
The
old.
first teacher I went to at Greasy Creek, at Robinson, Sugar Cane.
Camp.
The teacher was named Bertha Hopkins, old man Frank Hopkins' daughter. She was so sweet, such a good teacher, kind and so good to the children. That's her first school. And she lived up here on the bottom, about where Sloan's lives now. Her mother and daddy did. And the next teacher was a man named Proctor Dimmer, a lawyer, lived up here lived upon Ross.
A lawyer?
A lawyer. And he quit teaching and went to Pikeville and practiced law down there. I don't know why he didn't practice law while he was teaching. Maybe he wasn't through law school or something. And I don't know, but anyhow, he went to Beth Robinson Creek and went to Pikeville and become a lawyer. And his sister, May Dameron, finished out school. She was so mean. She was so mean. The Proctor wasn't too good, but he was better than her. Why I didn't like him was it was warm. We went to school barefoot. It was warm days, and I got a big stone bruise on my big toe, and it was sore from there back to there, and it hurt so bad I couldn't hardly walk. And a girl named Bernie Dameron was walking up, and she was walking behind me. So she jumped around in front of me and stepped on that, and I fainted. It hurt so bad. So I told Proctor the next morning how Bernie treated me. And he said, oh, I guess it was an accident. And I never did like him after that, because I knew she'd done it on purpose. And there's many things I remember now that was said and done that, you know, if it had to hurt my feelings pretty bad, or I wouldn't still remember it. And as I don't know, as happy things that happened to me in my life was, it really wasn't too many things that made me happy. So it was work. When I was 8 years old, I started cooking. And you know, I didn't do much of a job. Now, surely I must have wasted more than I cooked, or if it wasn't good or something, but
You had to continue cooking?
continue cooking, make a fire in the stove, and how dangerous that was, making them little fires, leaving them little fires, matches and everything. And
Did you have a coal stove or?
yeah, coal stove. Well, the cook stove that we cooked on was wood, and we used wood on it. And the other, we had this coal bank that me and Elsa dig coal out of, coal bank to have fire, and it right up here. That was after I was 16 years old, though, 1780. That we go there and did coal out of that coal bank up there. He salt covered fill in and
Burr over top of
that
big
big
rock
plant,
there.
that big rock.
Yeah, I remember
And
that fall in when I was growing up.
yeah. But now we go back in there with Papa's old pig. And he picked coal in the mines and dig out coal.
It was just 3 or 4 foot high.
Yeah, you had to get down on your knees, you know, like Papa did when he worked. It was just, it was do that or Papa'd have to do it when he come in from work, and that was too hard on him. We didn't want that to happen. And so many things like that happened that I thought that there was no other life but that. He was very poor, but we didn't know he was poor.
Yeah.
Everybody else was too.
Everybody else was too, and I didn't know nothing about, like these case books up here had a store, and everybody else just had to trade there.
On the place to trade.
On a place to trade, and they said go to Shelby down there. So they had a store down there close to the train station.
How many people lived up there at that time? I mean, how
Oh, they wasn't-
how far did you travel when you were growing up? You know, just as a child.
You mean as a child from place to place?
You know.
Just from JB to Robinson Creek, and when we kept Mama's mother in 1925. Daniel's wife wouldn't keep her anymore, so he come down there and asked Mommy. We lived in the Robinson camp. And he asked Mommy if he'd come up, take care of Granny. But Eddie was getting rid of him. And he said, I can't help it. He said, I've got to have a little peace in my family. And he said, I'll get you a house and pay you rent if I have to. But said that would be disfurnishing the family, you know, a lot. Well, Mama said, I don't want you to pay the rent. Said, if you just find us a place where we can raise a lot of corn and vegetables and things. So we moved to, you know, where Field Justice lived. There was a house up in that, we call it the Cane Branch. And we went back in that holler. I was 12 and Opal was 14. Gillis was 10. And we went back in that hill of Cane Branch, and gosh, we raised off as much corn. We raised 600 bushel of corn. Now, believe it or not, we did. And some of the ears was that long. And I was always so far back there, and I'd linger. I'd run on in front or linger behind them. I wanted to be with myself a lot. There's a lot of things going through my mind at that time. Wonder when that we'd ever have to leave sugarcane, or wonder where we'd go when we left sugarcane, and what we'd do. And I was lagging behind one morning, and the frost was on the ground. We must have been going to get a corn or something. Well, Dad all went ahead. Papa had, I know, was giving corn, because he had the mule and the sled on the front of it. And there was a big black snake, and out of Clara, that thing was coiled up that high. And I said, that's the devil. I was talking to me, and that's the devil coming out of the ground. And it was red underneath. His lower jaw was red. I guess that's how I noticed it at first, in that red there. And I started running. It never did uncoil. It was
too cold.
And we paid him 1/3 of that corn. We piled it up, and he come up there and watched us pile it up, and he measured, kept measuring that. A little old man we call Tom Hardy. Yeah. You don't know, he was awfully small when he died. And there was 200 bushel in each big pile of corn. And he marked his pile. He took the ears of corn and printed his name with corn, T.O. from his pile. And I had a little mean streak on me I wanted to do, but I didn't do it. But I wanted to just go mess it up. But I did. And that was a whole lot of rent to pay, 200 bushel of corn. Of course, you can get a bushel of corn for a quarter.
Still, it's,
It was a lot of hard work.